fans, welcome to another episode of Wonderful Beauty.
So you guys might be noticing we're in the dark, we're dressed kind of ridiculous, so we're not crazy. Yeah, nobody's proven it yet. I look crazy right now, but actually we're gonna do our Halloween episode today. So technically this is our first official holiday episode. We did have a Christmas one, it didn't work out so well, but catch us around the holidays, we'll do it again this year.
Yeah, no, right? We'll do a redo because the Christmas one was actually pretty fun. I enjoyed that.
I really enjoyed that a lot.
Yeah, I just sad that we had to scrap it, but here we are.
That's what you get when you're a rookie channel.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so I am dressed as Stitch today.
Nice. And I am the Labubu because I am obsessed with Labubu.
That's an understatement, guys. I walked into her house last time and there was like 3 Zamomo just staring at me.
Yeah, my dad also got into the Labubu craze, and he was shocked to see that I actually have like the whole set of Labubus and the Z-Momos that my husband has gifted me for, I believe it was like Christmas or anniversary, but I mean, it's around the same time anyway. Like, it was in the month of December. So, and we just like brought it out to the couch, and it's been there since then.
That's funny because that Christmas tree has been there for about 3 years now too.
Yeah, the Z-Momos will now join them.
This is gonna bother me all.
Just like Stitch.
All right. Now, so today's a serious episode. I'm really excited for this. I worked really hard on this.
Mm-hmm.
So we decided back when we did the K-Rock episode that we wanted to focus more on the groups that were in that episode.
Yes.
So that it was all hours, rolling quartz. But the big one was Dreamcatcher.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
So we're going to do our Dreamcatcher episode today, but we're going to do things a little bit differently. So I'm really excited. Anne has not seen the script. I'm excited, really, really excited. But before we get into it, we're going to have a little introduction and then we'll dive right in.
Perfect.
All right. So October is a favorite month for many. The summer heat is starting to cool down. For some, they've waited all year for pumpkin spice season to begin. For most, October is the beginning of the spooky season. It's time for decorations, haunted houses, as well as blankets and horror movies. There have been many groups who have released a song with a spooky vibe, as well as music videos to match. For example, ATEEZ's Black Cat Nero.
Right.
In tradition of Halloween and spooky season, we've decided to shine a light on the queens of the haunted vibe, Dreamcatcher. We briefly discussed Dreamcatcher in our K-Rock episode. While they aren't the predecessors to the rock sound in Korea, they help make the genre more mainstream, especially for girl groups in K-pop, especially during the third generation.
Yeah, definitely.
So quick little rundown of who they are. Dreamcatcher debuted on January 13th, 2017. Dreamcatcher's lineup consists of Ji-Yu, leader, lead vocalist, lead dancer, and visual. Sua, main dancer, lead rapper, and vocalist. Siyun, main vocalist. Handong, vocalist. Yoo-hyun, lead vocalist. Dami, main rapper, lead dancer, and vocalist. And then Gayeon, vocalist, rapper, and maknae. Their fandom is Insomnias, and their colors are, these are weird colors, guys, so bear with me.
Oh, no.
Pantone Black C6, Pantone 7623C, and Pantone P 10-C. I'll put an image up on screen, that way you guys can exactly know what those vibes are. It's kind of like a blood moon black kind of color.
Okay, that's interesting. Because you're saying Pantone, I'm just like, can't they just say what the colors are?
Well, that's the problem. Once you get to the third gen, almost everyone's got your colors.
That is very true. Just like we talked about in the previous, like, second gen, videos, once it hit to like probably like 2 p.m. and later on the other second gen groups, you're literally reusing them, and that's how you start fan war. So you know what, Pantone is totally fine. It's very too. So
yeah, think about it. I think Stray Kids' unofficial colors are black and red, and those have already been taken by like 5 groups.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Oh yeah. So instead of a traditional deep dive where we look into the history, sales, and impact of the group, I have decided to do a more narrative episode. Aside from being the queens of K-Rock and dark concepts, Dreamcatcher is also known for their music video series. These comes back being part of an overarching storyline. To date, there have been 3 series that Dreamcatcher has released. The Dystopia series, a series that explores the power and consequences of words and hate speech. It sees the mystical tree of language being corrupted by negative words, leading to a dystopian reality. We explored this a little bit in our K-Rock episode with their title track Scream. The Apocalypse series, which explores the repercussions of environmental destruction and human responsibility. We also explored this in that same video with their video Vision.
Mm-hmm.
In celebration of Halloween, we will be exploring the first and most well-known series, the Nightmare series. This series is an overlapping storyline that begins all the way back with Dreamcatcher's debut and encompasses a total of 2 single albums and 4 mini albums. To properly tell our story, we must watch the videos out of order. While they may be in order of release date, they will be shown in order so that the tale of the Nightmare Curse is shown properly. So just if there's any hardcore insomnias, just know I am aware of the fact that they are out of order, but in terms of storytelling, this is the way that they're supposed to be shown.
Mm-hmm. Interesting. That's gonna be really fun, especially since, I mean, I applaud anyone with like storytelling in general, like just movies, books, music videos, even that they can do it out of order to make fans think a little more, do those deep dives type thing. And they touch base like in the future or in all these other things and just like go back and forth. And, I mean, it's really cool when they do it in music video form because we know that there's a lot of like lore, you know, like with AT's lore, BTS lore, that sort of thing.
Monster X and all that,
Yeah. And it gets so confusing. So I'm interested to see how they do Dreamcatchers.
Yeah, so my own request is that we tell the story and then we'll have a little wrap up at the end where you could ask your questions, give your vibes and all that. Okay. Just to keep the flow going properly.
All right. Sounds good.
I'm really excited, guys. I wrote this all myself. I'm really excited for this. So, All right, so we're going to start off with The Curse of the Spider. Our chronicle begins not with screams, but with silence in a grand, isolated residence where 7 girls live in fragile innocence. The tranquility was first broken not by a phantom, but by a premonition. Yu Hyun alone saw the rot. Her reflection bled in the glass, and as she watched, paralyzed, as Dami was drawn into the shadows, muttering to forbidden texts, the entity was coming. Then came the folly. Ji-yu, in a moment of misplaced kindness, brought a small, black-bodied arachnid from the grounds into the house. Yu Hyun, knowing this creature was the fragile lock on their doom, made a terrifying choice. She killed it.
No. Sorry. Sorry. It's like every horror movie, you're like, no!
The death released a shriek that only the soul could hear. The curse fell, heavy and cold, twisting the structure and corrupting the girl's spirits. Innocence became malice. As the light died, Yu Hyun, now a vessel for the darkness, pulled the immense iron gate shut. They were no longer residents. They were nightmares.
So is this their debut song?
Say that again, I'm sorry?
Oh, is this their debut song?
No.
No? Okay.
Yeah, they had to be shown slightly out of order just because of the story they were.
Oh, okay.
This is actually from their album Prequel, ironically, so.
Okay. Need to know.
Wait till you see what this thing looks like.
Oh, heck no. Good. I have to.
갖고 싶어지는 걸 절대로 멈출 수가 없어 다시도 천장미처럼 헤어날 수 없을 걸 거울 저편에 아름답게 펼쳐진 위험한 레인보우
Girl, you could have escaped. Oh no! Girl, you could have left. You could have escaped.
The hunter's descent. Time, a concept that now bled, passed. The residence became a gothic labyrinth of decay. The girls were masters of terror cloaked in newly acquired awful powers. Their stillness was shattered by the arrival of a nightmare hunter, a man seeking the core of the house's evil. To the nightmares, he was a toy. The game was simple: destroy his mind. They struck with surgical malice. Yu Yun turned the halls into a shifting maze, altering door plaques to the ominous 808, ensuring his reality would slip away. Xian invaded his sleep, dipping him into a waking nightmare where the others could feast on his dread. They dismantled his sanity piece by piece, using a grotesque effigy that mirrored his decline. The chase ended when the hunter finally reached the true 808. Instead of answers, the room was papered with haunting photographs, a museum of his own torment. He hadn't found the nightmares had found him. A slow, chilling smile of total broken sanity spread across his face. The predator was now a permanent, insane fixture of the terror. They're now a Dreamcatcher company.
Yeah, but back then, I feel like that's a little too happy. Literally says Happy Face Company.
Well, they were a bubblegum group when they first debuted.
자꾸 나만 보면 안 된대. 짜릿한 걸 원할
It's like The Shining.
뿐인데 텅빈 사람들 꿈속은 따분하잖아. 어젠 간단하게 스릴러, 오늘은 뭘 해볼까? 발칙한 장난을 시작할 거야. 어둠 몰래 다가가서 꿈속에 뛰어들어. 내 밧줄이 막 터지듯 깜짝 놀라게, baby. 조용한 세상이 잔뜩 소란해질까. 막을 수 있니? Chase me, 한번 날 잡아봐. 아슬아슬 거리에서 벌써 너는 거기 없는 걸. Chase me, 그래 날 찾아봐. 아무도 멈출 수 없어. 날 더 잡을 수 없게 다른 꿈에 몰려 숨어들 거야. 뭐가 나쁜 거니 도대체. 본능은 난 따를 뿐인데 빨간 사과를 한 입 딱 베어물고서 잠깐 나이란 게 뭔데. 그래 나를 맞추려 해. 그저 규칙적인 심장박동 위에 일곱 가지 작은 놀이를 선물해 매일. 벽을 모두 꺼내들어.
That moment when you just chuckle in uncomfortable awkwardness.
어지럽한 말, baby. 포근한 베개가 조금 축축해질걸. 막을 수 있니? Chase me, 한번 날 잡아봐. 아슬아슬 거리에서
heck no.
벌써 나는 거기 없는 걸.
Heck no.
Chase me, 그래 날 찾아봐. 아무도 멈출 수 없어. 날 더 잡을 수 없게 다른 꿈에 몰래 숨어들 거야. 너무나 바쁜 걸 아직 할 때가 많아. 호기심 가득한 상상을 다 펼쳐볼 거야. 나를 짓궂다고 해도 또 나쁘다고 해도 설명되겠어. 난 이런 게 바로 나인걸. 내
Okay. Right. So now they're trapped in that house.
Correct.
And the guy pretty much is like going in to like figure out what's going on.
Yeah, he's kind of like, he's a hunter, kind of like the Winchester brothers.
Okay, yeah.
Kind of like an exorcist kind of guy.
Okay. All right, cool.
The Mirror's Vengeance. The hunter, clinging to his last sliver of will, acquired a magical chain manuscript. He fought back its power and snaring Guion in an eternal echoing pit, and binding Sua to a cursed skeletal tree in the dark woods. But three, Dami, Jiyu, and Hundong, resisted. They manipulated the unstable surface of the mirror dimension, the realm between worlds, and stole the manuscript. With grim determination, they reversed the spells. Then, using the book's final power, they cast a curse, trapping the hunter within the mirror. He was locked in a conscious eternal prison. Victorious, the girls fled the collapsing environment, entering the suffocating darkness of the cursed forest. They were free of the hunter, yet chased by their own dread. As they walked, Jiyu, carrying the precious manuscript, simply dropped it on the damp earth. A final careless gesture of contempt for the power they'd overcome. The book lay open in the shadows, waiting.
Ooh, literal continuation of it.
Yes.
Yeah. I wonder if they filmed all this in like one go. You know what I'm saying? Like within like the same week type thing.
I would assume so, because the actor that they got, he's not a big actor, but he just starred a couple movies, so probably because of his schedule, they had to get everything out of the way.
Probably.
널 지켜보고 있어 Wait 숨을 죽인 채 잠드는 때를 노려 자 시간이 됐어 오늘 이 밤이
Actually, I say that now, and I can tell his hair's longer. He doesn't have the fade on the side.
That's what I'm saying. His hair was kind of different. And like, some of the girls' hairs also changed. That's what I was curious about. I was like, or did they like decide to change it at the same time? You know, like right after filming the other one.
They probably wanted to see if this concept was going to work first. Because really the only one doing it at the time was really BAP.
나만을 위한 인형처럼 Baby good night Baby good night 난 변함없이 꿈을 지휘하겠지
Oh yeah, I don't like that. My hands, no.
뻗쳐져 못할 텐데
Great rap line. Didn't like the.
Those are not Sting's friends.
멈출 수 없어 지금 이 밤이 지나가지 못하게 할 거야 I don't wanna drink Oh baby run it 멀어지게 run it
Sorry, I don't want to TikTok. It's like every millennial was trying to do TikTok.
Right. Doesn't help it's misspelled in the captions.
I know, yeah. Oh my god. No, voodoo, no. It's like the Blair Witch Project now.
불쌍한 표정 따위 no 너를 위해 만든 시간 속인 걸 더 이상 떠나가 생각은 하지 마 Oh baby welcome to my dream world come in 나만 바라보게 벗어날 수 없어 넌내 손 안에 있어 끝없이 반복되는 악몽 속에서 이대로 갇혀 있어줘 영원히 나만을 위한 인형처럼 Baby good night Baby good night
That was a really good song, though. I like that one.
Their early stuff is
not the-
definitely their best.
Not the hood cult like EXO.
That's an official merchandise, actually.
Oh my god, really?
If you go to their concert, you'll see Insomnia's in that cloak with their staffs.
Oh my god. It's like the when like they're promoting for the Handmaid's Tales. And they have
Yes.
the people out there. Oh my god. Yeah, y'all don't even hide the book. Someone's gonna take it.
Not only that, horror movie 101 says don't drop the book.
Literally, the moment you said that they dropped the book, I was like, something's gonna happen there.
The Doppelganger's claim. Freedom was a lie. The original curse had a face now. A vengeful old woman who sought out one soul above all. Yu-Yun's, the girl who had struck the first blow. The girls developed the power to dream hop and record others' nightmares. When Yu-Yun aimed her lens at the vengeful entity, the photograph became a prison, seizing her soul and pulling her body into the nightmare realm. The remaining sisters tried a desperate rescue, opening a portal next to Yu-Yun's body. They failed. As the gateway snapped shut, Ji-Yu's hand shot out, not in friendship, but in ownership, seizing Yu-Yun by the throat. The doppelganger had now infiltrated the group, making her final horrifying claim.
All right, and that's when you hire an exorcist.
The last exorcist didn't work out so well.
No.
He's trapped in a mirror, in a building that's on fire.
He was too distracted by the girl's beauty. Can't blame him.
미친 듯이 달려도 넌 다시 또 제자리였다고 거울 속 너의 모습이 일그러지는 mystery
I do like, though, to tie all the music videos together so far, is they use that same photograph of the 7 girls.
Yes.
Right? 7 girls, yeah. 7 girls, and then also the mirror concept. Like, every music video has the mirror show.
That and the Dreamcatchers that you'll catch in the corners and all that. Because Dreamcatchers are supposed to catch nightmares.
Yeah. Running feels like that, man. Not a sacrifice.
So what they're actually doing is making a salt circle to keep evil from being near her.
Right.
홀린 듯 이끌린 그곳은 위험해 no 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 way 스르륵 스르륵 잠든 스르륵 스르륵 꿈에 아무도 모르게 들어갈게 now oh now 흐르는 너의 차가운 눈물 다 지워줄게
Oh, the song.
Yep. She's back for revenge.
I know what you did.
눈을 감아 내 손을 잡아봐 다 잊어버려 혼자였던 시간 까만 세상 속에 네 편이 돼줄게 baby 이제는 나와 함께해 baby you and I baby you and I
Okay. So things are now happening.
The spider has gotten her revenge. Things are now taking place unraveling.
Yeah, definitely.
With the traitor in their ranks, The others fled the forest and emerged in an apocalyptic cityscape, a nightmare realm of pure psychological horror. They searched the isolated streets for the dropped book, their only hope. The doppelganger found the pages first. She tore open a gateway and reached her friend. But the Yu-Yun who looked back was tainted. Her eyes held a cold, sinister aura. Her time in the nightmare realm had corrupted her beyond saving.
This is why you don't drop the book, man. First dumb move.
깨어나지 못한 깊어진 lucid dream 떠제걸려버린 지금 꿈속에서 어둠이 다가와도 날 괴롭혀도 타는 검은 태양이 날 삼키려 해도 선장의 가시처럼 난 돌아나 사막의 끝엔 송이처럼 난 피어나 주문 속에서 벗어나 미로 속도 날 깨워 날 흔들어줘 답을 찾아줘 이 영역 속에서 손을 잡아줘 불을 밝혀줘 깨어날 수 있게 벗어나지 못한 꿈속의 mystery 전해지지 않는 기도의 메시지 모래 아래 흩어지듯 사라질까 두 개의 문을 열고 나는 뛰쳐나가 주문 속에서 벗어나
Don't look under the bed. Oh my god.
It was literally a Disney Channel movie called Don't Look Under the Bed.
Clearly.
이 영혼 속에서 손을 잡아줘 불을 밝혀줘 깨어날 수 있게 이건 꿈이 아닐 거야 검은 구름들이 날 뒤덮어도 계속 보이는 건 너야 왜 잡을 수 없는 걸까
Oh, so is that the doppelganger then? The one on the roof? Oh, okay. Again, grab the book. And get the book.
Does anybody ever really learn their lessons in horror movies?
I think not. I don't think so. Like, even what's the one that Jordan Peele directed?
There's Get Out and Nope.
It's Get Out. Yeah. Like, no one learned anything from Get Out. No one learned. The whole time I was watching that movie, I went, they didn't learn. He didn't learn. She didn't learn.
Their desperate attempt had failed utterly. The girls were now scattered, each waking into a horrifying private confinement by the old woman. Yu-Yun was the first. She woke in an isolated, sterile white room. Silence. Only a strange horn-like instrument sat on a chair. As she reached for it, an unseen horror made her recoil, dropping the object. It hit the ground, and a stream of black, viscous liquid flowed from its end. The others were in their own bestowed hells. Sion was lost in an endless maze, driven mad by the repetition, until a pale appendage reached out from the corner to freeze her shriek. Handong endured the relentless ticking of clocks, the sound eating away her sanity and leaving her stranded in isolation. Gaian was tormented by a wall of shriekingly loud phones, the calls ceaseless until the dark appendage seized her and dragged her under. Jiyu faced her truth on an old static screen, her own smiling doppelganger, confirming the betrayal. Sua was surrounded by tattered, ruined dolls. When she picked one up, their heads turned in unison to stare with dead eyes, sending her screaming.
Nope. Nope.
That's my room.
I was like, no. Nope.
Dami was in a room of doors that led nowhere, a terrifying realization of eternal, cynical captivity. Just as Dami was about to surrender, the sound of the instrument echoed in the distance. It was Yu Yun calling. They found each other, yet remained in the cold, white room. The question hangs in the air, heavy and cold as death. Did they escape their captor, or did the curse win? Are they free, or simply sharing a final, eternal damnation?
All right, I guess we shall see. I've heard this song before. I just never seen the music video.
This was part of, I think where they became popular with this Deja Vu stream.
Yeah, I was about to say, I think it was around the same time, I would think. Because that's when I started to learn about, Dreamcatcher or Elder, I think I may have seen or catch them performing at some music show as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
아무 소리 없는 꿈 온통 나를 보는 눈 yeah. I don't wanna die 나를 찾고 있는 중 yeah. 놓치고 싶지 않아 내게 손을 뻗어봐 그렇게 쉽지 않아 I better go for a while 처럼 무처럼 쉽게 말처럼 안 돼 말처럼 그래 뭐 시간이다 네가 해주겠지 끊임없이 반복되는 지금 아직도 난 헤매고 있지만 네가 꼭
Nope, not the doll. Nope. Nope. Oh, hell no.
Pick one up. I would have walked in the room and just closed the door on my way back out.
Dude, get on fire.
Just sat in the hallway being like, well, I live here now.
I think they're stuck there forever. I didn't think they could escape. They're there forever.
Yeah. All right, Jem. So that is the Nightmare series by Dreamcatcher. So I didn't really write an ending for this because I just kind of wanted to talk about Dreamcatcher as a whole, especially because I'm more of an insomnia than you are. Like, you know who they are, but I kind of fell more into them.
Right.
So what did you think?
I think that's a really cool concept and totally different from any of the lores or storytelling that any K-pop group would do. Which, I mean, in of its own, Dreamcatcher is already different because they are a girl group who is doing rock. Like, that is
Right.
very unheard of. So, and then to kind of bring up to the next level, they're like, oh my god, we can make a whole storyline type thing, which I think is really, really cool. And I do like also how, even with the storytelling, some of the lyrics kind of follow that storytelling as well. It's not like, I mean, I don't want to compare it to BTS, but like sometimes the BTS songs, it's all about, being different. That's right. They have a great message for this younger generation of learning how to love yourself, knowing how to like speak your truth and not stand up to the man, but like just, be different and be very proud of it. But their lore does not follow the lyrics of what they're trying to convey, right? So I was like, yeah, I mean, it's a good song, it's a good music video, but combined, you're like, that's not the same thing. Whereas Dreamcatcher, I think they actually put more effort into what they're trying to portray, as well as the storytelling of it, which is really, really cool. I like this Nightmare series. I kind of want to see like the other series as well, because if Nightmare is like this good, I can only imagine like the Apocalypse and the other one being just as great.
Yeah, so I haven't fully watched them in the order that they are. I've seen all the videos. I just haven't seen them all. So that's definitely something that I want to look into as well. We kind of mentioned this in our we did mention this in our rock episode that, and you kind of mentioned it earlier, that Dreamcatcher took this huge risk because again, at the time, the only real group that was doing something similar was BAP, because they had the Rose album, which had Wake Me Up as well as Dystopia on it.
Yes.
And I'm sure there were plenty of underground rock bands that were doing that. Like, we're not going to discredit them. We just personally don't know who they were. But really, other than that, the only ones that really
K-pop scene, they're the only ones that were able to do it. Yeah.
And the only other group that comes to mind that was doing more of a harder sound would really be Monsta X, but they changed that sound in their second album, because Trespass was very hard, very criminal. And then their next album was Rush, which had Rush and Hero and all those songs on it.
Yeah.
But this is the time of Mamamoo. This is the time of Twice. This is the time of Blackpink. And so, by all means, this should not have worked, especially in Korea.
With the formula that they have.
But it's cool and kind of spectacular to see that not only were they a different concept, but they were able to do everything that their sister groups were doing, because they danced. They
did. Yeah.
And they still had slight cutesy concepts with their fashion. That fashion was on point.
Yeah. I mean, the fashion choice and the earlier songs, like the first two that we listened to, I was asking like if this is a debut song, because it hit that K-pop formula of when you debut, usually you have a cutesy concept for girl groups.
Yeah.
Like, that's the formula of it. And then you just grow from there. You can go over to it maybe a little bit more alternative, a little bit more like gothy, a little bit more whatever the company wants you to do. So, and then their clothes for that, for the earlier ones, they're in the schoolgirl uniform, which it fits the concept of their storytelling, because it just seems like that thing where they're like in the orphanage house, and then suddenly they got trapped, and then as the years progress of being trapped in that house, they matured and their outfit starts changing, all this sort of stuff. So the storytelling is very almost seamless. I mean, there's definitely questions and everything. You're just like, ooh, what happened there? But it's so well connected with nods and like Easter eggs between each one.
So the first video we watched was actually not their debut. That was actually their second comeback.
Okay.
So in the original timeline, it was Chase Me and Goodnight. Those two came out back to back. And then their album Prequel came out, and they were like, well, let's stick to the prequel concept and tell how these girls became who they are. Which is, I think it's also to portray the time of innocence before it became nightmares.
Right.
As we got into Chase Me, Goodnight, and you and I, there was a lot of black, there was a lot of leather, there was a lot of red. To the fact that these were not the same innocent girls that were living out in this mansion.
Right.
Especially when you get to Chase Me, because at that point, they're the villains.
Right, yeah.
So we did discuss that lore is kind of a thing that some groups do, but a lot of them don't do it as well as this. Now, Dreamcatcher has moved away from the nightmare concept, obviously.
Right.
But like, since Wanho left, Monster X has dropped the time travel concept.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't really feel right to continue that story without him being part of it.
Which makes sense, yeah.
ATs themselves don't even know what the hell their story is.
The moment he said lemon drop, I'm like, that's not sticking up to the man. I don't know what you are talking about.
I know, right? And even, I'm trying to think, like, BAP dropped the gangster concept and they went with more stupid concepts for a while, like really stupid concepts. And then we got the darker stuff with Dystopia, Young, Wild, and Free, Wake Me Up. And then we went back to kind of the more stupid concepts. But they also, I think, we also got more mature concepts with them towards the end because they were men. They were literally watch little Zello go from 14 years old to literally being, I think, almost 20 by the time they disbanded.
I think so, yeah.
So, like, you get those videos towards the end, like Honeymoon, where, like, Jungkook is all shirtless. He's got his big old tattoo across. The boys are on the, the beach, But for the time that this came out, I think this was definitely different. It's definitely mature. And whoever came up with this concept, kudos to you. This was great.
Yeah, definitely. Like I said, I give props to any writer, producer, director who has this concept in their head when they're doing this like storytelling, especially when it comes to like books becoming movies type thing. And then they're like, writers will go back to like the prequel, that sort of thing, like where it all started. And then especially for music videos, it's so much harder because you don't know how long a group will last, and to take the risk of being like, oh, we can do this whole arc of nightmares, we can do a whole arc of like the apocalypse, that sort of thing. Whereas, it's the same thing as you mentioned with like BAP and all that other stuff. It's the same thing with Block B, which I want to do a retrospective of as well.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Block B, their lore is not like a single lore. It's kind of like 80s where it's like you're sticking up to the man, you are rebelling against the society, but it's not like timeline at all. It's just constantly, we're going to stick up to the man as pirates. We're going to stick it up to the man as gangsters. We're going to stick to the man. You know what I'm saying? It's not, it's not an actual storyline telling type thing, which I do love what Dreamcatcher did.
Yeah. And I like that they did it cohesively and made it an actual series, because one of the hardest things to do as a mom baby is to actually follow their lore. It's not as hard as ATs, where again, even the members are like, we don't know what the hell this is, because you don't get that concept until I think Drama Rama is where they introduced the concept.
Right, yeah.
And then
until then, you're just enjoying the Monster X boys just dancing and singing. You're just like, okay, cool.
Because all of a sudden you have Drama Rama, and then you have All In and Fighter, and then nothing for a while, and then all of a sudden you've got Follow, which has an entire like time.
Yeah,
I didn't watch Loki, so I don't know what the technical term is, but like the time world kind of thing.
Yeah.
And then on Ho's last video you have Follow, which the name of the album was Follow You Find You, and that one kind of introduces the concept of the time travel, which that's a whole different thing that we could get into. But I also love how versatile Dreamcatcher is, because like I said, every video, every song changed slightly. So like Fly High was it had that EDM poppy sound.
Yeah.
Chase Me did have a little more rock. Good Night had that creepy vibe. Like, did you notice when Chase Me ended and then Good Night, it was the beginning of Good Night?
Yeah, I noticed that too, but I thought I was going crazy.
Did you notice how the sounds altered between the headphones?
Yeah, I did. That was really cool. I love that as well.
And then you get to Piri, which has the straight up, the first note is a shred on a guitar.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Which I actually learned, because I always thought Piri was just a mistranslation of the sound Piri that they say with the L. I thought it was just the sound of a flute, because I remember discussing with you, I know in most Asian languages there's no L.
Yeah.
But I actually found out it's actually, from my understanding, I could be wrong, is what Yu Yun picks up at the beginning is a Piri. It's a horn instrument from
Oh,
like
it's called a
China.
Piri.
I mean, from old Korea.
Oh,
Yeah,
right. Oh, okay. I mean, old Korea is pretty much China anyway. It's
yeah,
like what my husband said the other day. We all start from China.
yeah. That's true. Uh, but it's so cool, and they're so versatile. So I sent you a video earlier. I don't want to show it here because it's going to break what we have. But they
Right.
performed "Bang Bang Bang" at a Jeju Music Festival,
Yes, I saw that actually. Yeah.
and it's so good. And I haven't
It's
seen their
really good.
debut video go as Minx yet. I'm afraid to because that was like a bubblegum pop. And
Yeah, I'm sure. And you're just like, mm-mm.
and they've changed their concepts a little bit over the years. So they did with the
Right.
Apocalypse series, they kind of stuck with the horror theme.
Mm-hmm.
But then you got into, we saw with Vision what they did more apocalyptic, the world's ending kind of thing.
Yeah.
And then more recently, they've done a superhero kind of vibe because
Okay.
their last comeback was Justice, and the album actually came looking like a comic book.
Oh, that's cool.
I
Okay.
am interested to see what they do. Right now, I believe that Dreamcatcher is still fully active,
Okay.
but 3 of the members have decided to pull a Wii in, and they are seeking solo activities elsewhere.
Okay.
They
But I
also,
mean, they probably do the thing where, like, also they can promote with Dreamcatcher whenever they have a
and then we
comeback.
just had a first subunit. It's called UAU, I think.
I think I've heard of that. Yeah.
Yeah, and their sound was completely different. They dropped the horror; it was more pop.
Yeah.
And I actually just realized, so Handong is actually the Chinese member. I did not know this.
Okay.
And if I read correctly, that she has started either a company in China for female people who want to become artists,
Okay.
or like an agency that helps Chinese female artists like find work or groups or
Right.
something.
Okay. Oh, that's really cool though. That's great.
Yeah.
I love when like Chinese members in Korea, like in K-pop groups, go back to the homeland. And it's like, I now have money. I can do more.
Yeah. especially when they come back, because we do see that a couple times where they'll go over there and then they don't come back. Like
Yeah.
there was a couple, like Yanon, a Pentagon, he went over there, never came back.
Never
Yuto
came back.
went over to Japan, never came back.
Never came back. Yeah,
I know
it's
it
the
was
same thing with like Amber. Amber kind of got really popular there. Jessica, even though she's not Chinese, that's what Jessica did as well.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Same. Yeah, I know there was a big worry with Vamps that when Jacob went back to from VAV, when he went back to China to promote, he went to go do a solo album and do some Chinese variety shows.
Yeah,
he had missed the comeback, so everybody was worried. Oh my God, is Jacob not going to come back? But he did end up coming back for the latest comeback.
Oh, that's cool.
But we'll
it's the same
on those boys.
Yeah, and it's the same thing with Lei of XO. He is now the only single Chinese member that did not file a lawsuit against SM. And Chris Wu fell off the boat. But anyway, and then the fact that Lei just now had one of the biggest concert, like just 2 days ago. 360. You saw the props he used and him hanging there like Song Kong. It's so amazing.
Yeah,
so now
largest stadium in all of China. It sold out in 5 minutes or something?
Yeah. It's in the bird's nest where the Olympics were held. Like, that's insane. That's insane. And then so now because, EXO, as we know, is now announcing their comeback in December. It's like, is Lei gonna come back or is he not? Because he's so big in China. He did so many survival boy group shows as well. So it's like, I don't know what's happening.
Right. I think that's what I've been seeing from their fandom is their biggest worry is if Lei is going to come back or not.
Yeah. Yeah. It applies to all groups all across. Doesn't matter what generation, which group. It's all the same.
Once somebody goes to promote, that's your biggest fear. Like, are you coming back?
It's always the biggest fear. Yeah, exactly. Years.
All right, so I hope you really enjoyed that. I hope you really enjoyed my story. So yeah, that was Dreamcatcher. I worked. It was really difficult to write the script actually because I remember I messaged Anne because as Anne mentioned in our anniversary thing, I get passionate.
You get real passionate, which is a great thing. It's a great thing. Yeah.
Yeah, I will walk in. I literally remember sitting here. I had my 17 tumbler, which if you guys not seen it, it's about this big, of espresso and water and snacky snacks. And I'm just sitting there going, and I remember I had to stop because I kept hitting a roadblock because I was doing a normal thing. I was like, all right, Anne, I need your opinion. And when it comes to this thing, we usually let each other do whatever the hell we want to do.
Right, exactly.
Especially when it's a
I
group
want
that
to be
we're more.
surprised too, yeah, because
Yeah.
like I don't want to know any of it, be ruined by it, right?
Yeah.
Like I want to be surprised as everyone.
It's definitely more difficult when it's something that like one of us knows better than the other. So like second gen, like I knew Shiny, but didn't know Shiny.
Right.
Same thing with like Anne knew Astro, but didn't know Astro.
Right.
So I literally had to ask her, I was like, okay, do I want to go the typical route that we always do, or do I want to focus specifically on the Nightmare series because it's Halloween? Because I kept trying to, and I had like 5 pages, and I hadn't even made it past the Nightmare series yet.
Right.
And thank God you were the reasonable one between us. Sometimes, straight up said, "Ooh, no, let's focus on horror because it's Halloween."
Yeah.
And so that's how we ended up with this.
Yeah, and I mean, I thoroughly enjoy it because it's hard to find good storytelling in music videos, and it's rare for lore to actually stick to lore. You know what I'm saying? It's sometimes it's like ATs. Suddenly they do work, and you're like, why are they working hard for money? I thought they stole money from the government. And then it's Lemon Drop. You're like, no.
And then they have a brothel. I do like that it wasn't just a general story, that it was the entire thing of like, because I remember the look of surprise on you, like, wait, that's Spider. And I'm like, yeah. And then, and the fact that it all revolved around not only the girl's night, but specifically Yu-Yun's nightmare.
Yeah.
And how she was the victim throughout the entire thing, except for when they were being villains, but that's
yeah, exactly. But yeah, no, I think it's great. I think you did a great job with this. And I really enjoyed it. Yeah, it was really, really good. Get me in the mood of spoopy season.
Yeah, good. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. Hopefully I didn't scare any arachnophobes. But
you should put a warning.
That was Dreamcatcher's Nightmare series. Go check them out as a whole. So go watch their Tree of Language series, which is like Scream, Boca, and all that. And then go watch their Apocalypse series, which is Vision, Bon Voyage, Maison, and all that. Believe it or not, Anne, not a single one of those videos won a music show win.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
So Dreamcatcher's first win wasn't until just a couple of years ago, actually.
I wonder who they went up against. That's usually what I ask first, is who did they go up against, because that's always the underlying reason. Now, if somehow they went up against some random group, I'll be like, that's a scam.
So considering the timeline, I'm going to say probably their biggest competition, one would have been Blackpink. Because Blackpink debuted in 2017.
Once in a while, too.
Twice, and probably Red Velvet. Yeah. I think those were their 3 biggest competitors.
That would make more sense. Now, but that's a lot of extra research you would have to do. But usually I just always ask, who did it go up against? Because that's always the main reason why groups that should deserve wins don't win, is because of bigger companies.
Yeah. But definitely, please go give them a check. Go check them out. I mean, I'm not going to do a part 2. I really want to, but we've already, I think, shown enough of Dreamcatcher to at least get everyone's interest.
So. Yeah.
Because we did 2 for the rock episode, and we do 6 this time. So now it's on Gems. Please go check them out. They're one of my favorite groups. I've not got to see them live. Our friend Roseanne, who's supposed to join us, got to see them live, and she took another friend who wanted to get into K-pop instead of me, which is fine. It's fine. I'm not still mad about it. No, I was never mad. I'm joking. But it makes sense because, like, when I got Rose into K-pop, I showed her Monsta X. I showed her my favorite group.
Right.
And that was her first concert. And so she took this friend, and I also didn't want to go to Houston, but she showed this friend Dreamcatcher. And so I'm hoping one day.
From San Antonio. Yeah.
Oh, no, it's just Houston. I don't want to go to Houston. It's gross. But also, guys, I can't show it, but Dreamcatcher was actually at KCON Germany last year.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
And they did a cover of 17's Rock With You. And it was fantastic. I remember showing Anne, and Anne's not matching my energy, of course. But it's like, oh my God, it's one of my favorite groups. Oh my God, it's 17. Oh my God, it's my favorite 17 song.
Yeah. Yeah, that was really cool. And I mean, it fits their vibes as well, with the concept of the whole group, too.
I love a group that can do multiple things. I mean, to go from rock and EDM to being able to do pop to being able to go back and do more hip hop with Bang Bang Bang. And watch that video, guys, because they kept G-Dragon's voice in the song, and it works out so well.
Yeah, and then also being able to dance. at the
Yes.
same time. You know, I
In
think that's
heels.
really cool. Yeah. In heels too. Yeah. So that's what I like about Dreamcatcher. They're very well rounded and able to play into the more K rock like vibe. So
Yeah. So hopefully these other groups that have come after them will pick up where they left off. Not that they're gone, but I know like All Hours is kind of moving away from EDM and rock.
yeah.
We do have Rolling Courts, so
Yeah,
here's
that is
hoping.
true. But
Even though Rolling Courts
but I
isn't
mean,
dance,
but Rolling Chords plays instrument. That's the thing too. I want groups that can do rock while doing choreography. I think that would be better exposure in
I agree.
comparison to like playing instruments. You know what I'm saying?
So if you're hearing that Dreamcatcher company, you need to debut a boy group who's the juniors of Dreamcatcher.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so we're gonna wrap this up here. Hopefully, everybody had a nice, safe Halloween. Got lots of candy, didn't get sick. So we will see you guys in November next. Actually,
Yeah.
we have more things coming up. We're going into my alt group next. We're gonna do Red Velvet, and then we're gonna do Card. That one's gonna have a parental advisory warning on it.
For every single one.
And no, Ola was very calm.
Yeah. But once we get to the later ones, that's when we get to issues.
Once we get to when BM starts realizing who BM is, that it's all BM's fault.
It's all BM's fault. But hey, he brought in the money.
That's true. All right. Thank you guys. I hope you enjoyed this.
Bye.
Bye.